Hello there, folks. Welcome again to what'll hopefully be another fine stream. We are going back into Renaissance for another new start. In all honesty, this mage group I cannot think of names for all that well, so we're gonna pop in because now, oh no, not new game plus. It is time for the green mages, and yeah. Let me spell that right. It's the first one I can think of. It's not perfect, but with the connection to the mist in 12 and everything, Freya strikes me as that sort of green mage. Um hmm, yeah, so I guess yeah, there's bestiary for green mages, but that's basically it. Like I said, Freya's about the closest I would put, and even she's not really. It's just the racial thing about the mist with her. Um, and yeah, it's a Viera exclusive class and tactics game, so I don't know. Let's give. Hold on. Um, I hate that the thing. Um, that's her name. I was gonna say, let's give Final Fantasy 15 another bit of love with the one comes back later. Garuf's granddaughter, niece. Say granddaughter, I believe. Um, I hate ads that kind of screw up my thing in looking up side stuff. All right. Hmm. No. Sophie? Oh no. I guess. Which one was more? Neon's the first one. She's more more aggressive. I think Sophia from Stranger of Paradise was your more spellcaster. Yeah, Mage, Black Mage, Dragoon Sage Breaker versus Neon was, yeah, Sword Fighter Knight, Red Mage. So yeah, I guess we'll give her Sophia, and don't think anyone in 8 really fits. One is Luneth. It's one of the names of the FF3 remakes. Which, if I was gonna do that, I'd probably go with is it Rem? No, Rem is type O. Remember so many different characters. Just looking and I'm like, I don't remember half of these. Some of them might just be from side stuff that I never played. Or from video stuff I never saw. I have no idea who else to use. No. It's Final Fantasy Adventures. God damn. Warriors Legends 3. Screw it. We'll go with that just because it is another sort of Final Fantasy representation, even though there's no... Alright, so Exuviation removes all elemental and status resistant buffs from an ally, dealing non-elemental damage to all enemies based on the number of buffs removed. Okay, so it is very much the buff everybody and then remove your buffs. Alright, no limit, no world, natural resistance to poison. That's actually kinda huge. Druid Adept, able to learn and use most protective white magic. Gains first strike when casting any enhancing magic spell in combat. Interesting. And applies a 50% chance to heal target by 1 to 5% of their max when successfully applying any enhancing effect from a... Interesting. Yeah, I can see how, as long as we can keep spells up. Okay, they get, like everyone else, they get staffs and cloth. And fog. So, fog, bruise, shell. Ooh, and regen. Grants regen. So, both of these. That's actually huge. Shell and regen, definitely we want. Kind of want everyone to have ruse. I'm almost tempted to say, yeah, screw fog. Ruse for self protection for later. And then, like, the shell regen has that nice benefit to also help with, like, making our exuviate do better. Oh, it's the lack of money. Okay. I'll have regen. Oh, does regen not count? Aw, you're kidding me. Should have started with shell. Elemental and status resistance. Ooh, shell might not even work. Oh, that would kind of suck, actually. On the bright side, the early grind against, like, imps here might not be so bad. So you just sit here and have them all just use up their magic, starting with regen on the first round. He's done. He's done. We can already, just to round this out, give her that. So give me wait, we also have Gloria doing regen on everyone. Okay, let's get our last go around. Now I can get the second spell for testing to see how this goes. So magic shell, exuviate, exuviate, exuviate. Nope. Shell is also not. So we can't even... Right? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Shell, Regen, both great spells. Should have given something level 1 that's like, here's your thing for your ability. That kind of sucks. Alright, well. Now we know that. Let's hit our save and head up. Oh. Damn it. Even with that, they don't have the survivability for some of the fights up there. Damn. Can we at least get Garland? Oh, regen wears off. Yeesh. I'm honestly surprised we beat him. So we do eventually need to come back to buy more of the level 1 spells. But I think we need to see if we can get to Provoca. Even forget Matoya's little cave there. Oh my god, their luck at running away is also shite. Ah. God, I may have to do some more imp grinding. I just want to see. I can soft reset. Back to Conaria afterwards for grinding purposes, because may have to. I want to see, well, a couple of things here. First off, okay, A lit and A poise. Perfect. There's two that we need. The other two don't matter as much. It's A-Lit and A-Poise that are going to be our big things there. Let me guess. Gauntlets? Or gloves? Yeah. I doubt it, but let's see. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Oh, maybe we're okay. Would have been nice if Creel had not died as well, but... I want to say it's 50... See if this works. If I can do this, we know how this is going to go through most of this. A poise. Exuviate, exuviate, exuviate. Oh, thank you. All right. Gloria. A poise. We can now get through fights. Okay. This just became feasible. Now to see how long it's going to take. Let's start by giving ourselves that. And to think, it will technically, as we go along, get stronger. I need to see what we're looking at for the elf town here. Okay. I standard art there. Okay, good. Probably the standard stuff. Yep, copper and cape. All right. Green level 3 green magic. We got a fire, a stone, regen 2, and grants stone skin effect to one ally, creating a stone barrier that absorbs an amount of damage equal to 30 plus the caster's level times 3. So if we even, unless we were to get all the way up, like if we were to get to level 50, that's 180 damage. It's not bad. Because of the way things are, we might be able to shift like a fire, a stone as 2 and 2, give harden and regen to everyone. So that might not be too bad. Get some thinking to do on that one. What about the level 4s? Pure. Don't really care about, so we can do a ice, a mute, and I don't care about reflect either. Grants reflect, although it is a status. On target ally for 2 turns, most magic spells aimed at the target are redirected to an enemy. The question is, what does that do then for our own buffs? We'll see. Definitely one of those, if it's something, if I need to, like, get to a spot where I need extra things, reflect might be something. But we got definitely a lot of options, so... Our big thing right now... is twofold. I would like to... I don't need to do Freya. That way, now everybody's got those. And then we'll get Ruse. But let us, now that we're in a better state... Oh. There we go. How bad was Exuviate before that, like, it got overcorrected to this point? Like, I'm sorry, I now feel like I could take care of Pop at this level. Actually, all right. Like I said, we know we gotta get more spells. We don't have to worry about armor. We need gauntlets for everybody, and then that'll probably be it. So, I guess we can start this grind. Oh. Okay. No, we can let's see. Okay, let's get her. So in all honesty, the buff doesn't matter, and we're just going to be cycling through different buffs on each character. So easy money. Uh, a poise, exuviate. Like, I remember people saying, yeah, this was going to be the tough one. This was going to be the one that I was going to suffer on. I'm not seeing it. Now I want to see something, though. So if I now we do a poise and a lit, what kind of damage will we do? Oh. Like, survivability definitely will become a part of it, but if we can, like, survive a turn or two of setup and then just exuviate a whole bunch of different shit off, we're gonna do massive damage. Like, right now, we're good. One buff will probably take out everything off of one person's exuviate, maybe two. So it gives us 8 combat rounds, or eight combats before we're needing to refresh our spell slots. I was saying that's about to go up. Okay. So between Bruise, to give everybody some invisibility to start, and some of the other stuff, we're already well set to start. So, yeah. Alright. Let's... We got a little bit of time before we gotta take a break. So, we'll grind up a little bit of money to help us with Elfland. And then... when we get back from break, I think we're already ready to go down marshlands. I guess I should... Here. I guess before we leave here, we should buy our just-in-case, rations. And the thing that she's gonna want more than others that's gonna be expensive is, tents. Or not tents, houses. Houses are gonna be, like, key, depending on how we're getting to a lot of places. Alright, guess the first thing... There's our 20 heals. Probably more than we need, but that's... God, if I had saved up the money and just bought, like, I needed the regens to get past Garland. But if I had then just grinded up to have the money to come here and buy the, for that first A-poise before taking on the pirates, they'd have taken less than one turn. Alright, same thing. I'm gonna buy 20 of these. That way we are good on healing. Now we're really gonna start making a cakewalk of any of this. Oh. Like, I need to go back to a previous build and see, like, to before the buff on Exuviate and see what the difference is. Because this makes all that, makes everything else just... Makes it seem like this is gonna be easy. I have all of their level 2s, right? Yep, alright. Like, hell, depending on how it does against the wizards, they... Both the wizards, the... Like, worst case, I have one person A poise, another person A lit, just to make sure, and then have the last two exuviate. Is F. I was gonna say, like, this now, this makes it so, like, easy once you get to this point. I mean, don't get me wrong, if it's more than double, like, if you don't mean double the damage, if you mean like a 200% increase, then yeah, that's huge. Like, if I would be typically doing 30 damage instead of 90 damage on each of those, then yeah, knowing that doing this, it's still doable, but more than likely all three of them would have to go off. Versus just one of them. Yeah, that would be rough. If you only mean double, I mean, that's still necessary, but that might not have been too off. I mean, don't get me wrong, the range is still rough. We do get, like, with one, we still get some, like, 30s and 40s, I think. And mostly we're seeing 50 to 100. I think I've seen... I know... Yeah. I know I've seen some 40s. But if that's the low end, and it could still get decent on the high end to, like, 60 before, then it's a buff, and maybe a necessary buff, but I don't know how necessary it was. I definitely would have had to see the previous version. Which I have all the old builds, so I sort of plan, if... Because I'm gonna give it basically one more month of trying to stream, in which I will be streaming this regularly, at night. In fact, I want to pick up, I kind of want to pick up Marathon, and I'm thinking of shifting to afternoon streams being mostly like Marathon with a couple of other games sprinkled in, and evening streams being some stuff with this to keep with this stuff, because that's honestly when you guys seem most available to watch, so it'd be fun to keep doing this and talking to you guys. about it, and like I kind of want to go back to all the old builds and see the progression as part of that. And that the nice thing is for me doing that is even if I have to stop my mainstreaming and go get like a part-time job or something, I should still be able to try to keep try to set for more morning shifts so I can still do like evening streams. Um we'll do one more reset, and with this we'll then kind of make the journey to Elfland, and once we get there after the 3 fights we'll take our first break. Yeah, level 6 with the way this is going, I mean, we still, if we can pick up so I'll probably pick up my level 3 spells as opposed to anything else. We could head and start doing like top or bottom top of Marsh Cave. I mean, hey, a Sahagin survived. It required 2, so it's still like these guys was like 40 health, I want to say. 28. So we actually did still see a low end under 20. Would have to see a low end under 28 on that for a Sea Hag to survive. Sahagin. I think it just more buffs the general side of it, so we're less likely to see those low hits. Alright, we're in here, so we'll pause. I'm gonna take a break, and then we'll look through the different purchases that we want to potentially do before going forward. So, see you guys after commercials to get rid of the pre-roll ads. All right, back, ready to continue this. So let's see. I don't care about weapon. We will buy the 3 caps because no reason not to. Obviously, the chain can wait. See, this is where it comes hard. So, Harden only affects a single character. And my guess, like regen, doesn't count as something. Yeah, because they're not. Well. Ooh. My guess is that Harden wouldn't count as a resistance buff. Like, obviously, a fire and a stone are good. But if Shell isn't counting, I already know Regen 2 isn't going to count. Because Regen doesn't count. I'm guessing Harden won't. Now, what I could do is give everybody Regen and Harden, and then 2 A Fire and 2 A Stone. Because they can divvy off on that. Which is what I'm leaning towards. Whereas here, I'm going to give everybody A Ice and everybody A Mute. I'm thinking 2 people reflect, 2 people pure. I may just say forget pure. Like, I don't want reflect, but reflect, same thing. It's like regen. It's probably not going to work. I don't know if I need... Like, we can buy and keep pure bottles around enough that I don't think we need pure spells. So I may just say screw it, do A Ice, A Mute, and Reflect. But to start, to give us the biggest amount, we're gonna do... Let's see, a fire on you, a stone on you. I'm going to buy some tents. Alright. Let's head to Marsh and clear the top. If we can. God. Okay. That's... Hmm. Damn. Oh my god, you stupid bat. Alright, we know, yeah. Those were gonna be a no-go. Zuviate, magic, Zuviate, Zuviate. Yep. All well and good there. Alright. Come on. No, no, no. God damn it. Should have healed her up. Hmm. So we've got 20 full set combat rounds. Of strict triple one resist exuviate. It's not bad. That should get us taken care of for the crown. Jeez. Run. Okay. We already know nothing on this floor is worth it. Oh, this is gonna be bad for us. Ugh. No, don't. Okay. Here's hoping that this is enough and we get them off fast enough. Oh, dear God. Those two said, fuck this one mage in particular. Thankfully, that should still keep us... Yeah. Alright. Hopefully with one down they run away quick enough. And actually succeed in running away from most fights. Oh, shitty time to get ambushed. Are you fucking kidding me? Damn it. Oh. Please get away quickly. Fuck off. Oh, and there's only 2 of them. Oh, thank you. There we go. Tent to save us for us outside of here. That. Alright. Item. House. Because that refills our spells. And... Alright, magic. A stone, magic, a fire, magic. Shell. TV8. Alright. Would have liked to resist the rub, but... just do our best to freaking run away. And get to Elfland to revive our little ally there. Alright. Let's see. No weapons, but we can sell both of those. Alright. Sell. And sell. Now... we're back to not having to run from fights, and for most of these fights probably being really simple. As we finish getting and doing the Mystic Key stuff. And in the process, we gotta worry about what? We need 2 more on each of them for the level 3 spells. So that's 12 grand for that. And then we already know that another, what, 50 something? 50 foot. So 4 times 12? 48,000. am I doing? Not in here. In here. Now. There's your herb. Thank you. Okay. Similarly, yep. Ooh. Yeah, though, I do... Well, let's see what we can get away with what we've got right now. Yeah. If you decided that I will rest at an inn by doing that damage, damn. Oh. Now let's go. I said, open up some more chests. No, why did I go into the town? Okay. Um. Yeah, we do get to save on buying one iron staff since I didn't do that, because to be fair, I'm probably not going to worry about buying any weapons, since I doubt it'll make a difference. Ow. I need to go buy potions. Of course, they got a first strike on this one. don't have any more big fights like that, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything. Alright, similar idea. We got 2 weapons, no armor, and I already know. Yeah, nothing that they can use. That helps me out. Nope, not skill. There we go. You know, that brings up another question of, is it counting the spell or the number of resistances? Because now I'm thinking about it, it's like, these are obviously, like, single target stuff, but, you have the white magic A-Rub that resists stone, death, and stat. Like, it gives you, like, 3 resistances. Yeah, so if it counts number of resistances, then something like A-Rub that gives multiple resistances would make, would be one spell giving a bigger, buff to damage off of that, which I guess makes up for some of the late game having to set up to do to do the kind of damage you may need to do. So yeah, that's gonna help even further for this to be nowhere near as bad as it could have been. True. The ribbon and the pro ring would negatively impact, so you kind of have to not use those. I mean, that's not necessarily the worst thing, but that is something to keep in... That is definitely something to keep in mind. Though, Pro Ring only prevents death, so... Unless its one effect prevents A-Rub from doing all of it... That might not be too big an issue. God, could you imagine how dirty that would be, though, if you could temporarily, like, by using using the ability, exuviation, you could temporarily disable something like, well, yeah, because water, earth, and wind weren't originally resistances. Those are new. Like those are fairly new even to this, as like they were sort of damage types, but they were something that you were specifically not supposed to have resistance to. Actually, I don't even know if those were um in the original. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So yeah, since those weren't in the original, the ribbon being probably coded more classic style wouldn't have those resistances naturally. Or they might, but so that's because poison was always a status. There was poison damage, and it did like it resisted most of the status effect stuff that you was in the game originally. Alright, let's sell off, because, again, ain't no way those are working. Or those armors. Sell this stuff off. Yeah, well, like, that's okay, we have resistance, and depending on how he codes it, it's poison, so you had more than likely, even though poison as a damage type of just an effect is new, the poison status always did poison damage, so it wasn't necessarily a big coding to just add that as a damage type beyond just a status. So it's like you're resisting poison, whether it's the poison status or the poison damage. Alright, that's right. They both have, we have 2A fire and 2A stone. So from here, it was gonna be Gen 2 on everyone, and even though I don't think I'll use it, because, I mean, it could come in handy, and while I doubt, since it's not a resistance, it's not gonna get taken by Exuviate. And yeah, we'll just do A Ice, A Mute, and Reflect. Yeah, but it's better than Golem. Like, you call it a poor man's Golem, but it's better than the... Except that it's single target instead of everybody. It's actually a bigger amount of damage reduction. Because Golem was 20 and 2 times your level, where this is 30 and 3 times. So this can get up to 180, where the other only got up to 120. But it's single target. So it's like, trade-off. No, we're not gonna worry about anything like that. Actually, is that everybody at full magic? It is. Okay, so we can just leave and go to the marsh. Yeah, it's always at 50-50. Like any of those, it's kind of the single target should always have a greater effect, and in this case, it's not as like easy to figure out who, though in most cases, because this has the general, should have the same general targeting, so like bottom person is like 12 point, or yeah, the bottom two people are 12.5% chance of being targeted. The second person is a 25% chance of being targeted, and person at the top is like a 50% chance. So more often than not, whoever's leading is the one that's going to be taking the hits. So they're always going to be your primary target for something like Golem. They're de facto tank by position. And that's typically where you would have, like, in a normal party, it's like, okay, if I'm using Golem, I'm using it on my tank first. Do I want to run down and get... The deciding factor is whether it's worth it to get the silver. Honestly, I don't think the silver chain, I can buy it. This is going enough that if I have to, do a little bit of money grinding to buy stuff as opposed to go to places that are going to be a little bit more annoying, that's fine. We're probably going to be in more of a need to money grind anyway, for spells in this run. What's a little bit more? And unlike the Time Mage, I can't exactly skip fights, so I'll have plenty of fights to grind against as we continue through the story. Alright, oh, and hey, for once, somebody can take the power staff. Yeah, having the status immunity to poison does help. And it'll make, and yeah, a few other things. It should help in general. The resist poison. That is just poison, and then shell being a spell in general to help with certain things. Yeah, Earth will still have its issue because we'll still be able to be turned into stone. Yeah, and but that won't be until after both Earth and Ice. Alright, really should. You know, nothing else. Person in the lead should have the highest absorb. Alright, it's here, and let's go look at the spells in Melmond. I could understand that. Yeah, it's starting off with, no, I was gonna say, I'm not getting off yet, still. If you're getting off, if you gotta go, that's fine. I gotta take a break soon. That's more of where I was getting at. Trying to think of this. I have a feeling for this playthrough, like tomorrow afternoon, will probably take a bit. I don't think we're gonna be like... I don't think we'll beat it in the afternoon. We may be beating this tomorrow night, but I don't think this is gonna be as much of a struggle as I kept worrying it about it being as people were saying it was gonna be. Right. Okay. A water, a wind, regen 3, and blink. Ooh. Blink's also single target. Damn. Because that's huge. And it's only 2. See, that is worse than Fenrir. Like, Fenrir is a strict upgrade, because Fenrir is also 2, but it's everybody. That's rough. Alright, and... yeah. There we go. Okay. Let's get our butts parked in front of that cave. Oh, that's a crappy time to have been ambushed. Twice we get ambushed. Damn. Well, we got enough time. Let's go ahead and go in. First one. All right. That was a low roll on damage. All right. Let's get the pure and money. And then, ooh, okay. That puts Freya out of magic now. Exuviate. A pose. Exuviate, exuviate. Alright, let us get back outside the cave. Because I think... We'll pause actually here. So hopefully I'll remember looking at the stairs. We'll take our final commercial break because we're only going to go to 11. So we'll take a commercial break, run another set of ads, and when we come back, we'll leave and go back to Melmond. So that way we can heal back up. And then I'll see about where I want to go, whether I want to pick up some items, or anything before heading down to the next floor. But we'll be back in just a few moments. All right, let's get into our last hour of this. Where are we sitting money-wise? Only 10k. Yeah, Exuviate. Exuviate. Almost. I'm almost wondering if it's gonna be better soon to start double casting. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god. Jesus. Ambushes are the scariest thing for us. Okay, there's nothing there. Can't afford enough level 4 spells because they're 1600 or 16,000 for each of them to get one. And I still also have to worry about these. Eh, screw it. I want to kill a little extra time, and I don't quite want to get to... Not that I think we will, but I don't want to... get to Lich quite yet. So... And there is definitely some items we could use. Let us hit that. And that. Stop going up into the freaking spot that I want to go into. Stupid elf. Let us do the marsh cave. Because we got the iron armor, which means the chest, as soon as we go down to the bottom floor, is empty. As is, I believe, the chest just above the money from the mystery key. So we can kind of do this in one roundabout trip. That won't be too bad. We do down here. Now everybody's got silver. I don't have to worry about that tier. That. No, well, damn it. Oh, well, that inadvertently worked out. Hey, Roland. Actually, fight CV8, fight. Yeah, do you know how much the buff was? I know Zeph said he thought it was between 2 and 2.5 time, or 2 and 2.5, but he didn't know the exact number. Okay. So yeah, definitely early on it was just like, damn. Now it's like, okay, I see why it needed it and more and more. It's still kind of damn that, you know, all these fights are one combat round, but oh wow, so definitely even probably more than double or for the early on stuff. So that definitely means this this is gonna go by a lot faster than originally everybody was making it sound like it was going to be. I can imagine, yeah, because probably be having to spend a lot more odd turns doing initial buffs before then exuviating away the buffs, which means making sure we can survive more, which means having to grind to higher levels. Now, the only place that's really kind of rough is right at the beginning of the game, because you don't have a there's no level 1 spell that works with Exuviate. So you just gotta deal with the grind to get strong enough to get past Garland. Alright, so that clears that back out now. It helps, too, that they have a natural resistance to poison, so even doing this when poison is something you gotta really worry about isn't too bad. True, I didn't get Ruse first, which was my mistake. I got Regen because my brain went, Regen, it's a status, that's something that can be used, and no, it can't. Then I saved up and got a level of Shell, and found out that that also couldn't be used, and I was like, well, crap. I'm not restarting. We learned our lesson. So we go in, we cast Regen, and then everybody swings, and then everybody swings, and then when Regen's done, we recast it, and we just suffer in silence as we slowly try to stay alive. It worked, but we lost somebody. Honestly, it's a miracle we only lost one person in our Garland fight. Exuviate, exuviate. There we go. God. I still am going to need to grind quite a bit of money. All right. What's it? 1, 2, just like 7 fights, right? I don't I don't know how well we do there for that. Like, it's not for lack of spell slots. We'd be able to get through the spell slots. It's just, I don't know if the monster corridor is, survivable to use as a farm. Because at this point, outside of Pop, which it's just the annoyance of getting to Pop, really. The monster corridors are only easy grind. And the only reason I like it better than potentially like it better than Pop is it's a bit faster in like getting the encounters. I don't have to run around for them. Probably effectively end up at double the encounter rate when you when you add in the time to actually fight and win the encounters. Well, screw it. We got a little bit of time. Let's test it out. Let's see how it goes. Worst case, we soft reset back outside, or hard reset, whichever it ends up being. At least you're not the most annoying ambush we could get, Shadows. Go. Alright, let's see if I can... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 9? I want to say the first one is... here? Ew. Uh-oh. Okay, that worked out. But we don't quite... Well, I've got 7, 10 double casts. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that would work. Unless they hit that. Damn. Regen. Actually. No, I need to keep those. Oh, not an ambush. I was not expecting an immediate fight there. Oh. Okay, that actually didn't work out that bad for a little bit of grind and a bit of money. So, oh my god. Screw you, game. Oh, somebody please stand up. stay up that can thank you. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh. Um. Let us. Come on. Right. We rested. We can use our spells and kill things. Alright. So. Let us. Because, like I said, everybody should have. Yep. Ow. Close to getting the second one. Let's see. Honestly, I don't think we need pures. And we won't need stone eventually. Let's do. We can get away with one more run of the monster corridor, I think. And that might get us. Well, still won't quite get us all of our level 4 spells bought, but it's at least another good step in the right direction. think if we do that, use the level 4s as our to and from. Try to save the level 2 and level 3 spells. Just because we only have the A ice on everyone right now. A mute is going to be our next one we buy. That way we can't differentiate for if we need the when we need the double casts at the corridor there. So we're saved. Let's make our way back to the cave. A ice. Exuviate, exuviate, exuviate. Alright. Alright. Everything else is good, so let's do this. A poise, a lit, exuviate, exuviate. You know, I remember accidentally coming here on like initial tries of this game and getting pissed off at this corridor. Never in my wildest minds did I think that I would actually hit a point where I'd be happy to see it for the grind that it would give me access to. Switch to U2 exuviating and U2 casting. We'll get through the rest of the level 2 spells before we move on. Actually, you don't need it as much as you do. Hmm. Honestly, probably didn't need to do the double up for this one, but yeah. All right. That put us... Yeah, that's enough to now get the second spells. Which will now give us 18 rounds where we can double up on spells for bigger exuviate damage. Actually, even more than that, excuse me. I didn't take into account the level up we got in there as well. That also upped our spell slots, so... 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 rounds of... or combats of double buff. Alright, honestly, I'm not worried about pures. We're actually at okay on heals. I'm hoping 10 softs will be enough. We can't buy 10s here, so we don't need any items. It's a little too close to end to actually go down to vampire. It's one of those, like, I might be able to get down and up in time, but it would depend a little on luck. I don't know if I want to trust that I've got the luck right now to do that. That's fine. That leaves us to actually getting, again, into solid, work against the fiends and the actual, and everything being, tomorrow afternoon, where we've got that full 5 hours that we can do quite a bit of stuff. And thankfully, unlike others where I've got hit a rut where I'm like, I need to do a boring like run in the same spot over and over. That it's not even that it's necessarily a boring grind. I don't like I was doing earlier this one. I don't like doing the rapid back and forth stuff on stream because I don't know. Like a lot of times when I see that myself, it's jarring because even though it's somewhat smooth at 60 frames and depending on frame rates and stuff, it can be a little rough seeing that. Like even doing it hurts my eyes sometimes, so I try to avoid too much grinding on stream when that because of that back and forth motion that you typically do with grinding. Yeah, I think what we'll end up doing when we get to buying these is we'll get like we did with stone, 2 will get a water, 2 will get a wind, we'll get everybody blink, and we'll get everybody regen 3. So we have like in combat heals and stuff to use up some of those spell slots when we need to. But this, like I said, it's good enough. I feel like if I don't think we'd quite get to vampire in and out for vampire in the time we have left, because I also have the chests to get on both of those floors, and yeah, 50-50 for how that'll go. So we'll come back to this tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow afternoon. We will go through. I doubt. I mean, there is obviously a chance, thanks to the buff, that we could beat this tomorrow afternoon. I won't push towards that being a full probability, but if it happens, probably won't stream tomorrow night because all we'll have left is Bard, and I'll want to actually for this week, and I'll want to slow down even further so we're not getting too far ahead. Because I'd rather not beat this well in advance of the end of the month. I'd like to try to balance it just right. If it ends up like I'm expecting, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow afternoon ends up with a combination of getting stuff and probably grinding. I will be trying to get a lot more of my spells here for this one, since it's going to be a bigger part, especially trying to get through Temple of the Fiends might be rough without like we won't be picking everything up, but we'll definitely have to watch our spells and see where we're needed for that. I don't know. That's the big thing. If I beat it too fast and I'm at the end, I gotta figure out what I'm going to do. It'll also depend on how close we are. Like if I beat them all and it's the 27th, then chances are I'll just take the 28th as an extra day off. If we've got a couple of days, so like if it's the 26th, 25th, then maybe we do a solo character run. Maybe we do I don't know if I want to do a solo character run or if I want to do New Game Plus, because those would be the two things I haven't tried. Like the big things I haven't tried. I understand a lot more now, so that a solo character run would be a bit more feasible. Obviously, I know I'd have to grind, but it's doing that. Yeah, I guess doing a specific, since it would be a specific character and everything, even that's a possibility. Um, and yeah, solo new game plus Dragoon. So we start off with Super Jump. Would be pretty fast. We'll see. It'll depend on time. It'll be something to talk about over the next few streams for different possibilities of stuff to do. Because I can't, like, there's not much else I can think of uh in the general challenges of like stuff to do besides kind of that. Um and I don't necessarily want to go back. I also haven't actually beaten this game on classic. I've only ever played the new game plus on this. Not that classic is all that necessary. If you've played the original Final Fantasy at all, you know what classic mode is, so but yeah, we'll have to discuss it over the week and a half to come, or the rest of the month, because we've only got effectively 10 days of streaming left, because tomorrow will be the 18th. So see how things go. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully we will be well set to get through this fairly quickly. I know, like I said, Spellblade is definitely one that it's more the Gilgamesh fight I'm worried about than anything else. I forget. I've played a Green Mage, but I don't remember what their quest is, so we'll have to see what that is. I know it deals with talking to the sage that gives you the rod. I just don't remember if he challenges us to do something or just gives us a thing. So that'll be probably the big thing that decides how Green Mage's final playthrough, the rest of Green Mage's playthrough goes. But all right, as I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I will talk to y'all later. So, night.